Hour of Good Week, we met Ollie Pickett, who runs a workshop that builds wheelchairs for kids in third world countries. Well, we thought we'd take Ollie overseas to see his creations in action. And a word of warning, have a box of tissues on hand. It's hard to forget Ollie Pickett. When we first met Ollie, he was dashing around his Perth workshop, overseeing his team of dedicated volunteers.
You should be able to go over with Alan to put a few more together.
All retirees and all working towards the same goal, making wheelchairs for disabled children in developing countries.
When you think about a little kid on the ground and got no hope of getting off the ground through no fault of their own, a chair on wheels can make a huge difference to their life.
Now, for the first time in nearly 10 years, Ollie is travelling overseas to Luganville, Vanuatu, to deliver his wheelchairs to needy kids and their families.
Oh, well, it's quite exciting, actually. And wouldn't it be wonderful that they could get a chair that fits them properly and can get back and to their village to have a new life.
Today, families have travelled for hours from remote villages to come to this disability centre, where their children will see a doctor and be assessed for one of Ollie's chairs.
They often have severe contractures and advanced disabilities which haven't been treated.
Janet Richmond is an occupational therapist from Australia. She's here to fit the children into the wheelchairs comfortably and safely.
Beautiful. I've probably known about Ollie and his organisation for about 4 or 5 years now. I love the fact that they are using cheap resources to make something that is very, very useful to people that have got nothing. And I love the fact that those wheelchairs go out for free.
Danny is the first child for the day to get successfully fitted into one of the wheelchairs.
You like a cat?
Yes. I'm so excited. I'm glad to see him in a wheelchair because we can push him around, and he's very happy when he sees things.
Sadly, not every child can be helped, and for the team's next patient, 20-year-old Edmund, it doesn't look good.
We were a little bit concerned at first when we saw him. He did immediately look like a big challenge to us, yes.
I actually didn't know if we could do it, but we're going to give it a go.
Edmund has cerebral palsy, but with no access to doctors or therapy in his remote village, his condition has become severe. And his family tells us he spends most of his days lying on the ground.
Well, it's certainly going to be a real challenge for the occupational therapist to put this little child in a chair. And when I say little child, he's 20 years old. It's incredible. And he's been like that all his life, and his father and mother have to carry him all the time.
Armed with his toolkit from the workshop, Ollie's able to help adapt the chair to fit Edmund's twisted body.
So bend him forward. First, and then back.
After 5 hours, countless adjustments and 4 fittings, Edmund is finally seated in the chair.
Yes, thank you too much.
Dad and Mum both want to say thank you. Thank you very much to the gentleman who's given the wheelchair from Australia and to the doctors who have helped them. He has tears because he's so glad and so thankful for what you've been able to do today.
Yeah, I am a bit emotional. Well, I was emotional when I saw that the tears come from the parents of that little kid who sat in the chair. I've been on the ground all those years, and it really got to me.
Back at the family's village, Ollie has seen firsthand the impact the chair will have on Edmund's life. Being fed sitting up for the first time, and most importantly, getting off the ground.
I think for Ollie to be able to see that has really meant a lot to him, and I think it'll mean a lot to the team when he can go back and show them that what they're doing is really, really worth it.
There's so much more to do, and we're sort of only just touching the surface. And I think when people see this, they can see that there's so many unfortunate children in the world who we can help.